An age of sail sight. What was this place?
This moon was nothing but cold, cruel rock. It could never have been home to anyone. And yet, someone had been here. And someone was still standing guard.
Single eye again. The guardian of this place. I wonder who you are. I don't see a way up there. Why would you want to climb up there, mistress? Can you not see him from where you stand? I'm an archaeologist. If there's a god here, I want to find out what it thinks it's doing. But why must humans insist on standing on things to understand them? This is an unforgiving place. Were there any other surfaces at all? None. This moon appears most rugged. There must be something important about this place. Something that made this thing worth building. Amadou claimed he saw corridors full of machines. Did he find a way inside that we haven't? There is every possibility he was simply lying, mistress. Oh, that's weird. Why are my controls? There we go. Is there anything around here? Oh, I suppose we just continue up the path. It did seem like all of these gods had one eye. Oh, perhaps this path leads around the statue. How old would you say this site was, Six? Based on the weathering of the god statue, almost 1,500 years old. The path is leveling off. By the wind.
The path ended at the edge of an enormous crater, where a mountain had been plucked out like a rotten tooth, and something had been built across the wound.
What are we looking at? Is this the observatory? Some observatories look like this. I have no idea, mistress. Can you scan it, Six? Scan it. Scan for what, mistress? It is a hole. Scan it anyway. What's it made of? Here is something, mistress, which may or may not be interesting. The tiles lining the surface are a metallic pottery composite. A what composite? Metallic pottery. Heat resistant, reflective, conducive. Where did they even get enough metal for this crater? Don't people sift streams for iron dust? There are richer seams on some older moons, I believe, mistress. But there does appear to be a considerable wealth of metal here. Ooh, so we can go down there. I want to go to the god first, just to see if there's anything on him, and there is an observatory. There's a... There's a structure over there. With a mast. Or a flag? I suspect it is functional, mistress. Intended, perhaps, for some kind of beacon. There must be some way to reach it. Probably across the crater. I believe the rock promontory ahead is blocking the path, mistress. Either the structure below was built around it, or else the surface has subsided somewhat over the years. Subsidence would suggest water in the soil, wouldn't it? It would. Which I find implausible. Here's a way up. I cannot climb that, mistress, as you are no doubt aware. Is there an inscription on the back? There are markings here. Let's see if we can't find out who you are. It's a long phrase, that is. Let's see. This is the start of a fragment of text. So we have God? Oh. No. Oh, the serpent's tooth. This doesn't feel right. Not the star. So let's see. He's the god. Home doesn't seem right either. But the serpent's tooth or the serpent's eye is going to be it. I've done something wrong. Not home. The god. Serpent's tooth. So those can't be the glyphs for tooth. At that point, I'd like to change it to the... It either has to be the tongue or the eye. I'm going to say the eye. Holy place star. Probably the sky? God. Oh, he is reaching an arm out. Heals home place. Oh, he guards the serpent's eye. The serpent's eye could be the observatory itself. The serpent. But who is the serpent? The Empire? Sky god guards the serpent's eye. That will do for now. What's a serpent's eye? Is it something here? Probably the big observatory. Is that what they called this place? So this is the sky god. They do only have one eye, no nose to speak of. They do have a mouth still, but... Unless it's not an eye upon its head but a crown and they just don't bother with the facial features. Except... Wait, mistress. What is it? I have found something. Gravity, mistress. You've just discovered gravity. I should have dropped you out an airlock like I did 5. Wait, what? That's what she did to 5? I beg your pardon, mistress. 5 was saving my life. 5 was saving my life. I needed a ballast to get away from a massive moon. Oh no. Interesting. The gravity on this moon is also anomalous. Ooh. Anomalous how? Anomalous, blah. I've discovered that the gravity within the crater is lower than the gravity outside of it. That's not possible. No. However, it is a fact. I want to look at the inscriptions. What was the one that had the serpent's eye? Tree trunk, faded frieze, eagle carving. I think it's this one, right? Oh no. Maybe not this one. Oh, there we go. It did change it to the serpent's eye. Everything seems to be in order. 3 crystals from the serpent's eye. That seems right. It looks like it does correct it. Well, let's go see what this eye is. How can the gravity be low? Is this dish some kind of machine? Some kind of, I don't know, lens? This dish is just as it appears, mistress, a curved tile floor. But perhaps the moon's density itself is low. What's this moon made of? Don't tell me it's hollow. I will do a scan. Oh, mistress. The results of my scan are most surprising. Go on. The moon is partially hollowed. There is a chamber below ground. It would seem the region of diminished gravity is centered here. You're saying the gravity effect is artificial, mistress? How can gravity be localized? Is that possible? It would appear so. The results must be wrong. The rocks must be magnetic or something. They must be throwing you off. Perhaps, mistress, I admit I am doubting what I see. Can you locate the source of gravity? Indeed, the force lines are quite visible. The effect is strongest in the center. Now, I'm going to peek around here just to see if there's anything else, but otherwise I'll just go down the stairs. So what was this place? Some kind of transmitter. Radiation waves do not need to escape gravity, mistress. Oh, maybe a landing pad then. If it needs to escape gravity. Please, mistress. The gap is too narrow and there is nothing there. I'm just looking around. You have eyes for that purpose, mistress. Are you saying you can see gravity? Indeed, mistress. After a fashion. I wonder why you can see gravity. Someone must have made you that way. Perhaps. Although my eyes can see most flows of momentum, mistress. This looks like a way down. Catch me if I fall, 6. What an idiotic remark.
The metal ledge halfway down was wide enough for walking. Wide enough for robots too.
There's something at the center. A cover. It looks like it has handles. A covered well. Oh, are there markings on this too? There's no way I'd keep my balance on the slope if I tried to climb down. And there are some big holes to go sliding into. Unless I can find a section that hasn't shattered. Yeah, look at this. What does it say? U and B something something. Gravity is technological mistress, and this place is a most important find. You're right. Depending on how low the gravity can go. A column of low gravity would allow ships to launch without an upriver. Perhaps this crater was a landing bay. I mean, this section seems like it doesn't have any big holes. But if I go down there, then I won't be able to see what's up at the observatory unless I crawl back somehow. And I'll see that inscription. Oh, that stairway is completely dismantled. I won't be able to venture up there to see what's on this side of the desert. Oh, there it is. There's writing around the rim. Alright, let's see what we've got. This one is several words. Okay, so we know the and the B. And be guard? Guard is probably not the right word. I believe you can be confident in your translation for here now, mistress. But my translation for God isn't quite right. Let's go back. What would guard be? Follow me, we. Welcome. Buried Pilgrim Place. But they're all questionable. Maybe it's land here if we know it's bad. Land here and be welcome. Land here and be welcome. Land here? Is this a landing pad? A god for ships and sailors, perhaps? Reaching to the skies. That it is. But maybe these are for the massive ships, the ships that could carry several people, rather than the small little skiffs that they have now. I suppose they didn't have enough metal or fuel. Oh, looks like that slope is also intact, but I want to go up to the observatory first. Unless we accidentally ruin the center of the gravity, but...
The scale of the place was mind-boggling. It must have been built by giants for giants.
A little taxing and tiring up here. By all the waters. The air is so thin here. Take your time to recover, mistress. Evidently, it is clear this place was intended for robot workers. There's an object here. Or a lizard. Oh my, why are there geckos everywhere? Well, how far can we go on this side? All the way to the edge that I wanted to? No, only here. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest this way. Oh well. Now, it looks like there were shutters on these windows. Probably, if they did launch, what did they launch with? I know that for our own space shuttles, they probably have to have shutters and they can't look at the launch pad directly, lest they get blinded by all the flames. There's definitely something inside here. Equipment? It's hard to make out. It looks so modern. Oh yeah, let's see if this door will open. This looks like a door. Only it won't open. But there is a button. Is this some kind of mechanism? I can't see how to work it. Just lights. Please stand aside. Locking mechanism is internal and magnetic. And it is the right height for robots. There. How did you know to do that? To my senses, it was a handle, mistress. Its mechanism was quite apparent. Oh, but to her it was just a button with lights, but he could see it.
A dark, cramped space, stuffed with metal and pipes and wires. It was like I'd turned into an ant and was now crawling around inside the robot.
Someone oversaw this site from here. A regulator? It can't have been a good job. It's uncomfortable. Prompt. But robots do not care. Yeah, everything is so low. And there's a ramp. Some kind of control panel. Do they have children working here? Based on its position just under the window, this must control something out there. But I can't see how to use it. 6, can you operate this? That one controls the temperature of the floor, mistress. This one, however, appears more interesting. Is it dangerous? I do not believe so. There. I have activated the panel, but I see no change. You're sure the panel's done nothing, 6? No, mistress. It may well have done something. I simply cannot see what. There's something written here. Whoa, this is massive. Let's see what this says. This is the end of a longer line of text. Okay. Beyond? Here's the mechanicals. What? We watch something. This doesn't feel right. So mechanicals isn't correct. Isn't that for robots though? Beyond. We. I swear I've seen these before. That isn't the phrase for beyond. By crystals and path. Oh, by order of the something. By order of land choice robot. By the order of masters, we watch death, find, and holy. We watch above. Maybe? Or the star. Find, death, holy. Holy and death and find all at once? But do they watch a singular star? Or do they watch the dark? Wait, wasn't the darkness and the enemy? By order of masters, we watch the dark. Does it make sense? Watching the dark. Were they watching for the great darkness that Renba told me about? Is the darkness real? So this place is some kind of observatory. Is this it? The observatory that Renba wanted me to find? Mistress, you have spoken to Renba. Outside the hermitage, where Renba died 6. I spoke to Renba, or an echo of him. He told me to find an observatory, and now we have. Interesting. And yet, there is nothing here. Don't be so quick yet, 6. There's still more to see. Ah, these doors seem stuck. I can get my fingers in, but they won't budge. The power to that section appears to have failed. Can you divert more power that way? I am not some kind of plumber, mistress. The telescopes Renba found. They must be linked to the observatory somehow. If these scopes were perhaps in communication with each other, mistress, perhaps their connection to the observatory might similarly be traceable. We might be able to find more of those. Let's see what's up here. What was that noise? I believe it was the lower door resealing itself, mistress. But you can open it again, can't you? I should think so, mistress. Look at it. It's beautiful. Can you imagine ships coming to rest here, like flies on a flower? Yeah, there's several telescopes. Actually, some might even still be in place. That one is, at the very least. Some kind of tripod. There was something here once. An instrument of some kind. This place is meant to be an observatory, after all. Angled to look at the center of the crater? Or else tilted up to the sky? Impossible to say for sure. But I've seen this kind of tripod before. It's the same as the one on Janiki's moon. On the roof of the hermitage near Macy. Oh. Me of we. Our. That's plural. Okay, the overseer is our peace, place, and serpents. metals, parents yours. The overseer is our... It would either be moon, garden... I don't know, maybe garden. Oh, the overseer. People, holy people, star. Is this the Nebula? The overseer is our garden. No, that should be the Nebula, right? The Nebula is our garden. I could still change my mind, but Nebula is our garden. Something to do with ships. It's with our idea of this as a landing bay. This place was clearly abandoned. No disaster, no destruction. Whatever it once was, it became obsolete. So then, what became of our inscriptions? By the order of our masters, we watch the dark. I mean, that makes sense. So pretty much on, because it wasn't toward. Full star along. I think on. That should be fine. The Nebula tells of pilgrims past. Knowledge tells idea or master. Serpents, robot, and you. Something tells of our path? We have so many words that could mean our. We might just have to discover more. So what was this place observing? The rivers? Nothing else seems plausible to me, mistress. Was the ruin near Mercy an observatory too? The locations are interesting, mistress. Separated, but aligned. They suggest a triangulation. Ooh. We know Remba found a telescope on the crashed ship. Another on the ruin near Mercy. We found one more. Triangulation. Of something. The data is indeed thin. What would help? More telescopes, mistress. A triangulation requires 3 or more points. If we assume the scope aboard the ship was bound for or taken from somewhere near Elbereth. Just wait, mistress. Well, we do know that there's one up there. Let's go check it out. Definitely not a flagpole. There are no ropes, and no fittings for any ropes. Evidently, it is a signal mast, a beacon, or sending something somewhere. Iox is a similar one for sending messages. Where does the mast send to, Six? Wait, mistress. Yes, I believe I can deduce that. But it is hardly accurate enough to pinpoint a target. But the inscription said that this place watched the dark, not the rivers. The rivers are light. And perhaps they are watching the darkening of the rivers. Do rivers go dark? We found plenty of sites lost in the dark. What if the rivers change course or dry up over the centuries? Places get left behind, forgotten. Who knows how much has been lost? Maybe eventually everyone will be stranded on these planets and are never able to sail again.